While our finances are a part of our daily adult lives, we are never explicitly taught how to manage our finances in high school. Personal financial management is a class that is offered in some high schools as an elective. Personal finance courses educate students about general wealth, the importance of credit score, debt, and more. As someone who took a personal financial management elective course in high school, I felt as if I had a good understanding of what would be expected of me as a financially independent, literate, and stable person. I was able to apply for credit cards right out of high school. I did most of the setting up of my loans and payments on my tuition, and I understand the process of paying off the debt that accumulated because of college. I am also very aware of the financial illiteracy in my peers due to the lack of financial education in their high schools. My peers often use the phrase, "They did not teach us anything of value in high school," usually referring to math and finances. I took a statement from someone I know whose high school did not offer a personal financial management course. Here's what he had to say about his feelings on financial preparedness post high school graduation.
My name is Ryan Schmidt. I am 21 years old. I am going to be a senior in college this upcoming semester. And I didn't necessarily feel prepared when applying for loans and housing my first couple of years in college. I was never taught anything specific on what loans are and how to apply for them at first. But with the help of my dad, he helped me go through the process each year when needing a loan. It's confusing for someone who's never learned what debt is and all that, but I have some confidence in my financial learning and all that stuff. I think it would have been very beneficial if I took a finance class in high school. They really don't teach anything like that in high school. I mean, I never even any of my friends who went to other schools. They never did a finance class. I think it should be mandatory that at least take a semester, maybe even a full year, because this is very important and you're going to be using finance and loans the rest of your life. And it's good that you understand what it is before college and even in high school. So I think it would be very beneficial if I took a finance class in high school, just to get myself prepared for college and then the future down the line.
As you can see, Ryan's confidence is lacking in his finances. He was extremely dependent on his family to support him with his housing and loan application process. Though he did say he learned from his family, he also expressed a concern for how he would manage later in life, as he had not learned much of the technicality of finances.
This is financial advisor Patrick Monroe discussing what the importance of personal finance is. I can't stress this enough that an individual should become knowledgeable about all areas of finance to really benefit your life going forward. There are certain things in life that you want to cover off first before you get into the study of finance. Of course, those are basics. Food, shelter, and clothing come to mind. But what will really define your life beyond the basics is the study of personal finance. Areas of borrowing, areas of income enhancement, and areas of investing. If you become a master at this, your life in America at least will be markedly better than the average person that does not take a study of these areas.
According to Next Gen Personal Finance, it is now required for students to take a personal finance course in 13 states before graduating high school. These states include Utah, Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Ohio, Virginia, Rhode Island, and North Carolina. This makes up 22.7% of America. Personal finance courses are an elective for 48.2% of students. 24.3% of students have personal finance embedded into another course. 4.8% of students have no access to personal finance courses in their high school, meaning 1 in 3 students have no access to a personal finance course. Without an understanding of personal finances, financial illiteracy becomes an issue across the U.S. Kindergarten through 8th grade mathematics and even English language arts courses provide students with the foundational materials and prerequisites that would be needed for a personal financial management course at the high school level. Elementary and middle level teachers are highly encouraged to make their content and curriculum applicable to real life events. Unfortunately, high school mathematics begins to lean away from that standard. A personal financial management course would be the supplement that students need and desire before moving on post-graduation.
But for some, credit card bills are getting harder to keep up with, and experts say it's important to act now so your debt doesn't get out of hand. Their advice? Apply for a 0% balance transfer credit card. Negotiate with your credit card company, or consolidate your debt with a loan that has a lower interest rate. While many are still able to pay their credit card bills on time, experts warn that could easily shift.
We can't go through that many more months and quarters of this very, very high inflation without something breaking. Either a recession at some point, or more people losing jobs, or falling behind on payments.
Stephanie Rule, NBC News.
As you can see from this clip, the COVID-19 pandemic and recent inflation has affected people's ability to budget appropriately, something that is in the personal financial management curriculum. A course such as this one could prevent the struggles that people are beginning to encounter due to the lack of knowledge and ability to budget their money appropriately, and help people to think critically when using their credit cards. Many schools have chosen not to implement these programs due to the challenge of staffing schools and underfunding in school programs. Nationally, schools are currently struggling to staff. The teacher shortage is growing, and there are not enough teachers to teach new programs, such as personal financial management. Many people also seem to believe that these programs are unrealistic, or not reflective of the current economic climate. Nelson So does a TEDx talk about financial literacy that was posted in January of 2022. He made the following comment that stood out to me.
We need to become financially literate. We need to understand money and how it works. We need to learn how to use credit the right way. And when we do, we'll start making smarter financial choices.
In summation, it is important for high schools that do not offer, or better, require a personal financial management course to do so. It would be beneficial for high school students to have before attending higher education or entering the workforce. This is a time in a person's life where debt increases due to higher spending and more financial responsibility. High schools do not appropriately prepare their students for this particular set of skills.